Hello, hello, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. My name is Liz. I am the Femme Genius, and welcome to your December 2024 Tarotscope. This is a monthly tarot reading where we're going to dive into the energies that are supporting you, some red flags to look out for, any intuitive guidance that's going to help you navigate the month ahead. This is a season that's full of adventure, optimism, and fire. And so this reading is here to help you harness that energy for your highest and greatest good. If you love this content, please don't forget to like this video with a thumbs up, share it with your fellow Geminis, and hit that subscribe button for more intuitive insights in tarot magic. Make sure you tap the bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos drop. As always, use your discernment, take what resonates, leave the rest. Whether you're a Gemini or whether you're just someone happening upon this video, these are intended to be helpful for you. And also they're intended to be timeless. So if you're watching this outside of December 2024 and the energies are resonating for you, just take them. Also, if you would like a private reading, there's information on that in the description box below. We have 50% off for Sagittarius season, so definitely take advantage of that. But for now, let's jump into your reading, Gemini, and see what the cards have to say. I'm using this pulp tarot, which I just love. All right, we've got the Ace of Swords for Gemini. There you are, right in your element. Strength, beautiful. Seven of Cups, also amazing. Hierophant. If I were you, you might want to watch the Taurus reading because I'm seeing a lot of crossover with them. Just pointing that out. And also, I think it was it might have been the Aquarius or Pisces reading. I'm sorry, I can't remember, but you're getting a lot of repeat offenders here. So I'm just pointing that out is that and I said this to Taurus too, because they got a lot of cards that had come out for other signs, even though I was using a different deck. And so when this happens, because this one, and the counterpart of this one, the High Priestess, they came out in the Taurus reading. And then these three, I think they came out in like Pisces and Aquarius. But so it just feels like there's this connection that you have right now with the people around you, with the collective, with the energies that are going on with others. So you may feel more social this month. You may feel called to speak with other people. You may feel called to share your story in a new way. And so just stay open to that, especially because you are such a communicative sign. And as I'm recording these, we're in a Mercury retrograde, but that doesn't necessarily mean that like, oh, don't communicate with others because there's a retrograde going on with this mercurial communicative energy. Instead, it's saying just be purposeful, reflect on how you communicate with yourself and others, recharge, all the rewords, rewind, reevaluate, remember, any reword that might be coming up for you right now, take it. It feels like it's just circling in on the ways that you communicate with yourself, around your stories, around what it is you want, around what it is you need, and then how you're communicating those needs to others. Because it feels like there was this apologetic quality coming through, like, I'm sorry that I need something, but can you da-da-da-da, as opposed to that knowledge or that emphasis on the people around me love me and I have something to offer the world. And so I need to be communicating what it is that I can offer and then let other people decide, is this for them or not? It comes from this place of strength. So this is what I'm talking about, is this Ace of Swords, letting yourself start communicating with yourself and others in new ways, letting yourself use your voice with a different level of strength and power. And this strength, it feels like it's coming in and talking about, what is it that you know that you are good at, that you are gifted at, that you can offer, that you have for others, that others tend to value in you, and just talk about it. Tell the stories about it. Let it come through you in this new way. It's not bragging. It's not even prideful. It's just like, this is something that I do really well. I bring people together. I help you communicate your ideas in a way that's clear, concise, and that's entertaining. And so letting other people hear what you have to say, see your work, or see what it is that you're offering. I feel like this does have to do with work right now, but use the message as it applies and let them discern, like, is that something that I want for myself? Do I want a piece of that pie? And it feels like this is more about gathering who's going to be sitting at the table with you as opposed to what it is that you're necessarily serving up. It's like, I see it as though you're sending out invitations to the dinner party and being like, this is what we're going to be discussing, or this is the theme. But you're not necessarily sending everyone the menu, because it's not about the food that you're serving. They trust that if they're sitting at your table, they're going to be served up exactly something, something delicious, or exactly something that's going to be nourishing, or that they need, or that they love, or that they fall in love with. But the menu is almost secondary. It's about who's sitting at your table. So there's something here too around this month, having the opportunity to kind of assemble your dream team. And so don't be petty and don't be shy about, even if it's in your heart of hearts or even on a piece of paper, which feels like it would be especially helpful for you this month, is to write down like if you had all your choices that, and there was no resistance, who would you want sitting at your table? Who would you want on your dream team? Who's your kind of fantasy football roster here? Because it feels like once you start calling in those energies by name, maybe you don't even know who those people are, but maybe you're like, well, I would really love someone who's very organized. And then I would love someone who's very creative. I would love someone who's a good executor on ideas. I would love a good closer. I need a fixer. I need a this, I need that. Like maybe you don't know who fills each of those positions, but maybe it's saying like what each of the needs are and then filling in the names, as opposed to saying like, well, I definitely want Judy Garland and Marilyn Monroe and this and that. Instead of assembling your cast without knowing why they're there, this time it feels like too that it could be helpful to say like, well, I need someone who's going to be the tower, someone who's the snake, someone who's the laurel, someone who's the ghost, someone who's the Marilyn, someone who's the bat, and someone who's the dragon. So who am I putting in these positions? And it feels like in the past, you may have held yourself back because you're like, oh, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be the one to tell people that they're getting picked last, or I don't want to be the one to tell people that they can't sit at my table and I should just make room for everyone. There is room for everyone. However, this month it's saying that it's not necessary, like it is important who it is, but it's more important of why you're bringing them in. Why are they there? So ask yourself the question why, and then let yourself see who comes up in your mind. And don't be afraid of being the boss. Don't be afraid of being the one who is just choosing like who's going to be the best fit for this particular position or this particular why, as opposed to the old way, which is more of that bossy energy where it's like, well, I just want these people because I like them. And instead saying like, you know what, I don't particularly have a close relationship with Bobby, but I know that he's the best shortstop in the league. So I'm going to put him in shortstop. And I really love Nancy. She's my BFF forever, but she's actually not good in any of these positions. So I'm going to have to say that I can't put Nancy on my dream team because she doesn't actually hold a function or fulfill a function here. So there's something here too around like function over form, or like function over names, filling those seats first, and letting yourself be discerning, because it feels like part of this is going to be like a rebalance, bringing in, like, it may not seem fair to leave out Nancy, but in the long run, it's actually more fair to the whole team that you're assembling people in their competencies or in their potential, where maybe, Bobby isn't the best shortstop, but maybe he's really good at fulfilling all of the needs of a shortstop. He's a really good catch. He's a really good thrower. He's fast on his feet. He can see what's going on. He can see the trees through the forest. He can see what's needed. So maybe he hasn't necessarily played shortstop before, but Nancy has. But Bobby really embodies all those skills, whereas Nancy's a really crappy shortstop. So you're like, I know that he doesn't have the exact experience, but he has all the skills I need. So unfortunately, I need to disappoint Nancy, because what's more fair to the whole team is having someone really competent who may not have played this position before, but who I'm trusting can really bring it through. I don't know why I'm like going into like baseball right now, but so this justice, it feels like that's this rebalancing is seeing kind of the trees through the forest. And this feels like it's going to free you from some old mindsets where you're like, oh no, we need this person and this, and we need this person, or I need to have these people around me. Feels like opening up your field a little bit more and looking at who, why, functionality is going to free you for a lot better long-term abundance. King of Pentacles. So you're building a solid foundation in a way. So maybe these people or this team doesn't stick with you forever and ever, but you're building up this new way of doing things that is going to produce long-term results, long-term abundance. So Gemini, I'm so excited about your December. Step into your King of Pentacles pants this month. Make the tough decisions at the outset so that way there's long-term abundance, long-term success for everybody involved, and you're on the right path. So I'm sending you a lot of love. Again, if you want a private reading, that information, the 50% off link is below for Sagittarius season. And if I don't talk to you before, I hope you have a wonderful month and I will see you in January. Bye for now.